Hi guys, this is Atco. A couple weeks ago I went to a ham fest and I picked up a couple old antique radios. One actually looked pretty good, was already working. I just kept it, thought it'd look good for something in my collection, so I don't think I'll do too much with that one. And another one that's a working too, but needs a little work just on the cabinet. But this other one, it's the one that needs a lot of work. And since I've never worked on a radio before, I thought, let me give one that needs a lot of work. And this is the Westinghouse that I bought for $3 at the Hamfest. As you can see, the cabinet's in real bad shape, and you can see it hasn't been used for a long time. The cord is all worn and all that. You sure wouldn't want to try to plug the darn thing in. But it did appear to have, it's intact as far as are the tubes and the guts. So I bought it. Alright, so I thought, well, let's get started and let's see what I can do with this thing. Alright, so the first things I have to do is take the back off and pull out one of the knobs, and then you can pull the chassis out from the back side. Once I got out there, I could see it's it does seem to be intact and pretty dirty. But alright, so first thing I did, I cleaned up the cabinets, all the dirt that was inside the cabinet, and they look pretty good from the inside. So then I got the chassis and I cleaned up some of the dirt that was all off it, and then I pulled out the tubes, because I'm going to need to have the tubes tested to see if they work or not. Now look at the other side. You can see that it doesn't look like anybody's done anything on it. You can see all those old capacitors. Looks like there's a good dozen of paper capacitors that all need to be replaced. And look like inside on the top must be where the big one, electrolytic, that might even be 2 or even 3 inside that can there, and see if I can just replace those. Okay, so in the meantime though, first thing I have to do is to get the tubes tested, and I just bought that tube tester another week or two ago. So here's a little video I had testing those tubes. Okay, I just cleaned up that Westinghouse radio inside, pretty good. And let's start going through a few things. First thing I need to do is, there's 5 tubes in there, and I need to find out if any of these are good or not. So I'm going to use my brand new test tuber that I just bought 2 weeks ago at a yard sale for $5. So it's got the 5 tubes. Let's try one of them. This one says it's a 35 Z5 GT. Okay, so move as a list here of all the tubes, and I'll find there's 35 Z5. Okay. Alright, put the filament voltage is 35 right there. And then these switches have to be put on this LPN or FNPK. I'm not sure what those stand for, but you got to do the switches as asked. So for the F, it's asking for 2. Okay, so I'll get switch 2 for F. Then for N, it wants 3. Okay, so there's N3. P is 5. P5. Okay, and then the load is for 30. And let's give it a shot. Alright, when I turn it on, it'll warm up, and it should move up to good if it's good, or bad, or not at all if it's no good. Let's give it a shot. Here she comes. Okay, there we go. If you can see that off my camera, this is a good tube. Alright, great. Now, I actually had looked at these a little while ago so you wouldn't have to watch me test 5 tubes. It turned out 3 were good, 2 were bad. Alright, so now to get the bad tubes, I'm a little bit of a stop right now. Fortunately, there's a Hamfest coming soon, so I'll probably at this point for now until I can get the tubes, and maybe in the meantime I can get the schematic for this radio and find out what I need for capacitance.